Happy New Year, everyone. It's only been a few weeks since Gold Label dropped, but 2024 Topps Finest has a release date of January 24, 2025. I've compiled a bunch of leaked images as well as, all the images that Topps has given us so far. So let's take a sneak peek at 2024 Topps Finest UFC. First and foremost, let's get some product information out there. The price, we got $169.99 from Steel City, from Blowout, from DA Card World, all the big stuff you can check out. It's around $169.99. I pre-ordered mine from Blowout. It was about $179 shipped. So honestly, not too bad. Again, I am excited to see that these prices are continuing to be below the 200 mark. We had Gold Label that was well below 200. We're getting Finest with on-card autos, $179.99. I think that's pretty good. I do wish it was, a little closer to $150. Product information, we got 10 cards per pack, 6 packs per box, 8 boxes per case. The guaranteed hits, we got 2 autos, 2 refractors, 2 base card rares, which we'll kind of talk about in a second what that means. 4 inserts per box on average. You can't wait if you're trying to get this a little cheaper. We have the Topps drawing now that's kind of happening where, they open the window, you input your information, and then they randomly select a certain amount of people that can get the boxes from Topps's website and from Topps directly. That has been the cheapest price the last 2 product releases. It's been, I think it was, about $25 or $30 cheaper for each of those products. So, if you don't necessarily need or want to get this on release day, I would totally do that. I would enter into the Topps drawing, try and get that through Topps at the cheapest price possible. If you don't get it, you can go to one of the big sellers online and just get it from them. So definitely, if time is not an issue, I would do it that way. Obviously, I want to get these videos to you and show you guys the products as soon as possible, so I'm not going to be able to do the Topps drawing just because I'm scared that I wouldn't be able to get that and wouldn't be able to, get the video out on time and have you guys check it all out, before the mayhem of the new product release starts. But that's kind of what I would do as far as pricing. And now let's just get into what this product looks like. We have we have a checklist already here, and you can kind of see this is not the checklist video, this is not the odds video. This video is really just about trying to show you guys some of the images that we're going to get in this product. So I'm not going to go over that too much. Stay tuned, subscribe for the future video whenever they give us the odds sheet, whenever they give us that information. But let's take a look at some of the cards that we know that we're going to get. This is the images that we're going to get in 2024 Topps Finest. This is just going to be the base common from Diego Lopez. Pretty standard design here. You got the octagon in the background, got like a little paint flow here, a little globular paint design. It does seem with the different parallels that I've seen that we'll go over, this is a little more gaudy, which I know I saw a lot of comments that people didn't necessarily like Gold Label, didn't necessarily like Knockout because it wasn't like gaudy enough. There wasn't enough color differentiating the different parallels. This is going to be a product that really is going to differentiate the parallels, which I know a lot of people will enjoy. To just touch on the checklist very, very quick here. We are getting a 300 card base set again with Topps Finest. And they're going the exact same route basically as like they did with Gold Label, like Panini Select has done, where they're breaking it into 3 separate base cards and a little bit of different rarity between those 3 cards. So we have common, we have uncommon, and then we have rare. And that's what the 3 different base cards are going to be. They're going to be 3 separate designs though. So it is going to be a little bit different than the Topps Gold Label that were so similar, and really the only difference was the image that was used, but the placement and the overall design was exactly the same. This is not going to be like that. It's going to be 3 separate cards. So I did a little deep dive and I looked up some of the baseball variations, right? So this is the 2024 Topps Finest baseball. It looks like it's going to be pretty similar to this with our UFC product as well. But as you can see, we have Ohtani here. This is one of them. Then you have basically the different image, but a slightly different background. So look at the background here. You see how it's kind of inverted with the colors, slightly different design. And then third, we have this, different design here. So it technically is a base card, but it's going to be 3 different designs. Very similar again to the Select runs that we saw with Panini. And with a 300 card base set, you know, the big deal is like, are we gonna get flooded with parallels here? And obviously if you have 3 separate base cards, there's gonna be a ton of cards in this base set. So if you're a base set collector, you know, this is gonna be tough for you to finish. But it looks like for each of these, it is very similar as far as the rarity and the parallels. The numbering system is slightly different between each one, getting, you know, more rare as it goes down and less of a print run. But that's pretty much all we're going to talk about as far as odds, and that's all we're going to talk about in this video. As far as the checklist, we'll save that for a future date. I really just want to check out the designs that we've gotten so far. And one of the inserts that we're getting is this finishers here, and you know, it looks kind of cheesy in this. I'm really hoping that this has some like crazy shine and crazy refraction when we actually see it in person. You know, again, it is kind of the like stock image backstage of just the fighters doing photo shoots. Not the biggest fan of those, but it does seem like we're getting a lot of that kind of style in the different insert designs from Topps. So hoping that we can get at least some refraction on this to kind of save this card, because to me, this is pretty boring. The card titled finishers, I feel like we could have got some cool shots of people getting KO'd and finished, you know. And next up, we got the Centurion, which is an SSP in this. We do have a couple SSPs. Let me pop back over and show y'all the SSPs that we're going to get with this. So we have Centurion and Bombardier, or however you say that, Bombardier. I'm not sure. I think that's a French word. But we have the Centurion here, which isn't 100 years. When I first saw this, I thought of century. And then I looked it up, and I think they're more referring to like the Roman generals, you know, or something like that with the Centurions. But I don't necessarily like this design either, if I'm being honest. It does seem very simplistic, and I bet this one does look like it's going to have some pretty crazy refraction. So I'm hoping that this one at least is crazy shiny. But this is, again, another SSP. This is an insert that we could have. I always like when these products have like different case hit chases, because, you know, it just increases the odds that you might be able to profit from a box. Quick tangent, not about Topps Finest. I was able to profit off of the gold label box by hitting that gold, or the Art of Fighting Izzy. And that just goes to show, like, if you have some of those cards and those SSPs that get a little bit of buzz, like, it definitely helps the odds, because you don't have to hit an auto and it's not a parallel. So, I mean, it is what it is. I know everybody has differing opinions on SSPs, but me personally, I think that it does add a little bit of value to the box, and especially at a price point, you know, like this 169, I think that, you know, it can help you make a little money back. All right, now we're getting into the autos here. So this one is from Topps. It's going to be the Intimidators auto, Amanda Nunez. Almost all of these that I saw as far as autos go are on card. So again, that's a great thing. I think we should be very excited about that. Personally, visually, I think on-card autos look a lot better. I know some people think of it, you know, kind of from the opposite lens, that like on-card auto, it's going to be tougher to grade, not going to get as good at grades, might have a little bit more quality issues, which I completely agree, and that is valid. But to me, I buy the card, not necessarily what the grade is. So I kind of just have a different philosophy in that mindset, and I think that on-card autos do look a lot better. So I'm excited that we get those with these. Here's a leak that I saw from Grosso, and this shows kind of like some colorful blue sparkle here, and you know, you got the really bright design, bright border, silver glitter in here. It looks like glitter all over the card. Again, if you guys like gaudy, like bright designs, bright parallels, this is definitely going to be that. I think this is the blue, but again, we'll kind of go over that in more detail on the checklist video, but I think that this image is the blue here. And next up, we got the O'Malley leak, and I think this is a good shot here at this card, and you can really tell the refraction and the shine that they're putting into these. I know that some people were a little critical early on about this design as a whole, but you know, I think it looks pretty good, man, honestly. And as far as the autos go, I think this is the auto that I'm gonna want to get, besides one of the ones that we're gonna talk about at the end of this video. But like this one in general is just really clean, and this is 1 of 10 here, so I believe this would be the red. But like really nice, man, really nice, very clean, very shiny. And again, the design is a throwback to the 90s, right? Like they did this before, and this is basically the exact same design, which I think is good, man. Don't change too much. You know, they changed it a little bit, but as you can see, a little bit different details here. But as a whole, it's very similar to a 90s design. And when you look at some of these 90s basketball in particular, I love all of the designs that they have. Super loud, super bold, kind of almost like cartoony in a way, which I really appreciate. Kind of goofy in a way, not trying to take itself too seriously. And that's kind of what I think this design is. And so I'm excited. Hopefully we can hit Finest Intimidators whenever I get my box. Next up, we got the Finest Rookies. And, you know, we have Shara on the picture here. Man, honestly, this one is very simple. And I think in hand, this will probably be pretty solid. But this picture looks bad. And, you know, we saw it last time with that card that I mentioned earlier, the Art of Fighting. The stock image looked absolutely terrible. And I hated it. And then I saw it in person, and like it actually looks a lot better in person. So I'm hoping that's the case with this as well. You know, you do have kind of this simplistic outlines here. And I know people tend to love the Prism design, and this is kind of reminiscent of that. You got the Finest Rookies down here, a little bit less busy than Prism, but like you do have the colorful border with some of the information in here. And we'll see if these are all vertical. I would assume they're probably going to be all vertical shots, which means we're most likely going to get a lot of shots like this. You know, and who knows if they'll be able to fit a lot of action shots into these, but I hope that they do. And I, for one, am excited to see the checklist and, you know, who's in this if we get any more rookies. But again, this does seem to be an on card, which is a big plus. All right, we got the Paddy Pimblett, and this is going to be the Finest autograph. You know, it kind of looks similar to the base card. You know, that's what they tend to do a lot with these. They'll have an auto that looks just like the base card, and that's kind of what this is, in my opinion. You do have kind of like the white streak, paintbrush streak over here. And I think it was DK said, like, making a joke, like, it looks like they're wearing a bath towel. And I really wish you wouldn't have said that, DK, because now I can't unsee that. But I do like how Topps is being a little bit more creative with the auto space. Like a lot of times you'll just see like a little square, right? Like a perfect square where people will put the auto and whatnot. But I like that they're kind of at least switching it up a little bit. You know, with the gradient, they do the gradient a lot. Here we get like, you know, a little paintbrush swipe. So I think they're at least trying some different things and making it a little more interesting for where the auto should be signed. Again, we got another on card here. I'm hoping that almost all of these are on card. But again, we don't really know until we actually get the product. But that is what it seems to be like, that almost the majority of these are going to be on card. Here's another one in hand. So it looks pretty good. You got some refraction, you know, basically the same design as the base card. But again, you got the little white paintbrush swoop. Then you got the auto on card. And here's another one here. This was from Arnold Allen. He leaked this. Looks to be, you know, quite a few autos. And again, we'll go over the checklist, but it's a lot of autos, man, but they are on card. So at least we have that going. Here's another one here, but this is a good example of the 99, which I believe is the silver. And, you know, you get some good refraction in the upper and bottom parts here. But I do like that they're giving kind of an abstract background. I always enjoy that when it comes to designs, when it's not just, you know, perfectly symmetrical all around. So we at least do get some of that here. And I'm not sure what this parallel is, but it looks like almost like a gold flat or like a flash type of refraction. You know, if you guys remember some of the products, I believe it was Select that had the flash. So it kind of looks almost like a refraction like that. So if you guys like those, you might like that parallel as well. And we got more parallels. We got the red, kind of the flash here. And then you got kind of the glitter-ish. And so like, I'm wondering if this like glitter is just for the blue, or if all of them are like this and it's literally just the refraction from the blue is so bright that you're able to see it more. But it is kind of an interesting look. And we got Dom Reyes in there. And, oh, here's the one, man. Here's the one right here for me anyway, the UFC Fight Glove Auto. I think this is a really, really cool design. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't did something like this sooner. But you got it's a die cut, right? So you got the die cut outline of a glove. Then you got the nice symmetrical just refraction border on the edge. Then you got the high res pick of the glove with the fighter on top, with the auto. And it's a sticker though, man, it's a sticker. So that's kind of sad because this is I think this is a super nice card. This might be one of my favorite designs that they've had in like the past, couple years, honestly. Like I think this is a really fun card. And I hope that the reception to this goes well, because this is I think a really fun design choice and a good design from the people at Topps. And just a quick checklist tangent on that. Only 25 or less was made of these, and then 1 of 1. So there's only 26 cards manufactured per card of this, which is a very rare card. So this is probably going to be one of the biggest auto hits that you could get. Depending on what the checklist is, this could be absolutely insane. I hope that maybe we get a rookie on this. I think that would be really fun. Anytime they have a rookie in the checklist on a really sought after auto, it kind of raises all boats. But I really love this design, and I'm glad to see that they had this in here. And there's a lot of people that whenever new product gets released, they take a quick look and they just immediately say Topps Finest is trash, or they'll say, like Panini Select is trash. And I don't understand that. Like there's almost always a redeeming or a couple redeeming cards in every single set. And like, that's like, are you trying to collect the whole set? Me personally, no, I'm not. So I don't necessarily understand why everyone just blanket statements entire products. Like there's almost always a good design or a compelling card in each set, not to mention like the rookie chases that are in each product as well. But that's all I got for y'all today on the 2024 Topps Finest sneak peek video, where we look at some of the images. I hope you all enjoyed that. Stay tuned for my odds video as well as the checklist video when we get more information on 2024 Topps Finest later in the month. If you enjoy UFC cards, if you enjoy UFC content, you will like my channel. You can check out other videos over on this side. And you can also subscribe for future videos just like this.